Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back your lovely faces to a brand new video here on the channel. Well, it seems that Netflix is suing a couple of TikTokers for Bridgerton, and they're saying it's infringement. So let's get on over to the story and have a little look-see to see what's going on. So, this is coming from Deadline, but I do actually have the full court document here for what it is. It is 25 pages long, and as you can see by there, Netflix sues Bridgerton the musical creators for infringement, seeks a halt to live stagings. Obviously, Bridgerton is a huge Netflix show where, you had Regé-Jean Page and Phoebe Dynevor, I haven't seen the show, but all I know is that it's set in London in like the 1800s. That's all I know. So the Grammy-winning team, so they're Grammy winners behind an unofficial Bridgerton musical, is being sued by Netflix in Washington, D.C. U.S. District Court for infringement. Songwriting duo Abigail Barlow and Emily Bear were the minds behind the popular adaptation of the hit TV show. They staged a live concert of the unofficial Bridgerton musical album live in concert at the Kennedy Center in Washington, D.C., selling out the venue. Oh, right, okay. We'll have to have a look at that after. Defendants Abigail Barlow and Emily Bear and their companies, Barlow and Bear, have taken valuable intellectual property from the Netflix original series, Bridgerton, to build an international brand for themselves. The lawsuit has stated that, Bridgerton reflects their creative work and had earned success of hundreds of artists and Netflix employees. Netflix owns the exclusive rights to create Bridgerton songs and musicals or any other derivative works based on the show. Barlow and Bear cannot take that right, made valuable by others' hard work, for themselves without permission, yet that is exactly what they have done. Interesting, Netflix claims it made repeated objection to the stage show, which sold tickets ranging up to $149 each. VIP packages were even more expensive. Ooh. So if $149 is the most expensive one, VIP packages are normally either double or triple the highest price. The live show featured more than a dozen songs that allegedly copied verbatim dialogue, character traits and expression, and other elements from the TV show. Throughout the performance, Barlow and Bear misrepresented to the audience that they were using Netflix Bridgerton trademark with permission, the lawsuit further states. The lawsuit also notes that in addition to the Grammy-winning album, the pair planned a tour with a date in London's Royal Albert Hall. And they also allegedly planned for a line of merchandise. Oh my god. That is literally like me saying, right, I'm going to create a film now, a fan film basically, and I'm going to make a Spider-Man fan film, but I'm going to show it in theaters and I want the money. Doesn't happen, cannot happen. That is not allowed. That is copyright infringement, because I didn't create it. I haven't got the trademark to it. I'm not allowed to use it like that. This is why when you see fan films on Twitter and YouTube and other file sharing places, they normally have ads turned off, or the ads and the revenue go to the actual owners of that copyright. There was a huge thing with Star Wars Theory where he made an awesome Darth Vader fan film, and Disney and Lucasfilm and everyone else were like, no, we're blocking you, we're striking you, we're going to delete your channel, this, that and the other. But they worked it out, and all revenue goes to Disney because they own it. That's exactly what it is. So obviously with them creating merchandise as well, that's the kicker for me. That's the one that's like, oh come on, really? That's what you want to do? Netflix has its own Bridgerton experience, a 6-city event in direct competition. So we see why they want to do that. So they own the exclusive rights to create songs, musicals, and all this kind of stuff. Barlow and Bear have not commented on the lawsuit as of yet. Their version of the musical was developed on social media in real time, with lead vocals by Barlow and orchestration, production, and additional vocals by Bear. The record hit #1 on iTunes US pop charts, streaming more than 45 million times. It won a Grammy for Best Musical Theatre Album. Now, with that there, if it's already gone on to like iTunes and everything else, and they've won a Grammy for that song, well, for the album, why didn't Netflix do anything then? It's like, well, come on, if, it's like, why, they made money from that, fair enough, from bloody streaming now. The artists make absolutely nothing. That's probably why Disney allowed them, not Disney, excuse me, Netflix allowed them to go and do it on iTunes. That's probably why, because they weren't going to make anything off it. But this is interesting. So, Netflix, Shonda Rhimes, and the Bridgerton novel series author, Julia Quinn, also issued statements. So obviously, Netflix, they own it, the copyright and all that. Shonda Rhimes is the person who, she created the TV show for Netflix. She's the producer, she's the showrunner, and she's the head writer of the entire series. And obviously, when you have the novel series author, Julia Quinn, making a statement on this, yeah, you know that something's happened here. So, Netflix's statement: Netflix supports fan-generated content, but Barlow and Bear have taken this many steps further, seeking to create multiple revenue streams for themselves without formal permission to utilize their Bridgerton IP. We've tried hard to work with them, okay, and they have refused to cooperate. The creators, cast, writers, and crew have poured their hearts and souls into Bridgerton, and we're taking action to protect their rights. That's what Netflix has said. Shonda Rhimes, excuse me. There is so much joy in seeing audiences fall in love with Bridgerton and watching the creative ways that they express their fandom. What started as a fun celebration by Barlow and Bear on social media has turned into the blatant taking of intellectual property solely for their financial benefit. This property was created by Julia Quinn and brought to life on screen through the hard work of countless individuals. Just as Barlow and Bear would not allow others to appropriate their IP for profit, Netflix cannot stand by and allow Barlow and Bear to do the same with Bridgerton. Yeah, okay. I agree with that. Yeah, okay. Now let's have a look at what Julia Quinn has said, the actual author of the series. So, Abigail Barlow and Emily Bear are widely talented, and I was flattered and delighted when they began composing songs and sharing with other fans on TikTok. There is a difference between composing on TikTok and recording and performing for commercial gain. I would hope that Barlow and Bear, who share my position as independent creative professionals, understand the need to protect other professionals' intellectual property, including the characters and stories I created in the Bridgerton novels over 20 years ago. Yeah, 100%. It's, you just don't do it, Again, on TikTok and other things, it's like, right, okay, this is what you got. You're making songs up on TikTok, okay? And to be honest with you, they allowed it to be on TikTok, because even say by here, Netflix, absolutely blown away by the Bridgerton musical playing out on TikTok. Standing ovation for Abigail Barlow and Nick T. Daly. So they got them there, the songs and everything else and what the songs are going on. And that was January of last year. So, because TikTok does not pay at all, basically, in May and June this year, I had over, I think it was altogether like 10 million hits a month on TikTok for the Johnny Depp case. I made zero because they just don't give money out. When you got the actual platform's top talent, you got Call Me Chris, you got, Spooky Boosalina and all these big TikTokers. They're making like $30 to $100 a month. That is all via TikTok. Because TikTok doesn't care. TikTok does not pay well. It doesn't. That's probably why Netflix were like, yeah, let them carry on. Then they went on to streaming. And let's have a little look-see, actually, at what Apple pay. Apple stream per song revenue. So, Apple Music is the second most popular music streaming platform in the US, 72 million active users. The company has publicly stated that its average payout per stream is 1 cent. That is so bad. That is terrible. Oh my God. Oh, that is absolutely terrible. Wow. I didn't realize it was that bad. I knew it was, it could be absolutely terrible and everything else. But we even got here as well, some of them. So in 2020, in August, it was 0.003 cent a stream. That was on Spotify. Wow. That is absolutely terrible. But one thing I was interested as well is when you look through the actual court documents like we have here, we do have them. The introduction about what it is and everything else. And where is this to me? It does state that Netflix, they actually got in touch with them. And they were asking them about things like, you know, oh, if you're going to do this, okay, we want you to consult us every single time. There we go, say about the series, who it is, substantial creative, who it is, what's going on, when it came out, Apple Music and Spotify, as you can see there. They have the right to promote it. And when asked directly, Netflix told Barlow and Bear time and time again that such works were not authorized. They chose to move forward with that knowledge and release an album recording, which they titled The Unofficial Bridgerton Musical. At each step of the way, Barlow and Bear's representatives repeatedly assured Netflix they understood their position and led Netflix to believe that Netflix would be consulted before they took any steps beyond streaming their album online in audio-only format. Barlow and Bear agents said that they had no interest in interfering with Netflix rights or in being known only as the Bridgerton Girls. As you can see there, their representations were false. Despite their assurances to the contrary, Barlow and Bear are now claiming carte blanche, authorization to profit from Netflix intellectual property wherever they see fit. This is crazy, to be honest with you, because as you know, at the heart of it, Netflix is suing a bunch of TikTokers. And like we was talking about earlier, you know, regarding Spider-Man and all this, if you don't own it, and it's not your copyright, and the company whoever owns it has said no, you just don't go out and do it, because again, for something that is as huge as Bridgerton, it's like again, a perfect example, me going out and saying, right, Stranger Things, I'm gonna do an unofficial movie of this, and I want to make money. Not going to happen. I'm going to get sued to high hell, because that is Netflix's biggest intellectual property. You just don't do it. I will leave the document down below for you lovely people to go and give it a read if you want to. It is by Eric Gardner. Go follow him on Twitter. He gets all these documents and puts them all up into the cloud for easy access. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for future updates, and I'll see each and every one of you soon.